what it do, what it do? It's your boy Q, and we are now pretty well halfway through our Tech High School spring semester. And week number 5. Y'all already know how we do on Tuesday, man. It's time to take to the pitch for some Rocket League. But before we jump into this week's action, let's take a look at how last week's games broke down.
The teammate nowhere to be found. Johnny sends one back in return as a minute 20 left here. Benjamin gonna put that one home.
And over on the mainstream, they kicked things off with an upset of one of our Division 1 top 5 teams from our power rankings last week. Penn Trafford was able to take down number 3 ranked Albert Gallatin, handing them their first loss of the season with a series score of 3-1. And Johnny came to play, leading the way with 6 goals, 2 assists, and 5 saves as Penn Trafford moved to 3-1 on the semester.
This is going to be running it downhill. Exavo maybe from the side. A great extra tap. That's going to be a flat angle, but it hits Pater.
And California area kept their undefeated semester going strong. A clean sweep as Exavo was able to put together yet another spectacular performance. 8 goals, 9 assists, and 5 saves, doing quite a bit of everything as California area moved to 4-0.
Here waiting to win a 50. They get it past 2. It's going to be all up to Nightmare. That goes sidewall. Do they have the finisher? It's going to be bowled in by Bruisey Bills.
And Laurel Highlands were holding it down for the Pound last week. Back-to-back matchups and back-to-back 3-1 victories. Big turnaround on the semester for the Mustangs as they move up to 3-2 on the standings for the spring.
We're only averaging a goal every minute and something, so maybe that's a sign for better times. And as I say that, we're back to a goal every 30 seconds.
Gateway were able to keep their undefeated season going strong as they were able to sweep West Green. Sitting at 2-0 on the semester thus far, 28 goals from this squad as a whole, only allowing 2, but it was Joler with 12 of them. Not quite half, but close, adding in 4 assists and a save as well. And Forest Hills were able to take home a forfeit win over Connellsville High School as they moved to 4-0, tied at the top of the league. And rounding out our Division 1 play was the Goats from Greater Altoona as they took down Bishop Guilfoyle in 3 straight games. And it was TSGT Cosmic who was stuffing the stat sheet. 8 goals, 5 assists, and 2 saves as Greater Altoona move up to 3-2 on the season. Now let's start off our Division 2 with last week's number 2, Jefferson Morgan, who returned to play in week number 4 and looked dominant as ever as they swept California area, holding them to just 1 goal. Long Balls, man, what a name, with the MVP performance of the series, 8 goals, 3 assists, and 4 saves as Jefferson Morgan broke out the brooms. And while we're talking about brooms, Brownsville area broke them bad boys out too against Mapletown Junior Senior High. CL Shiro matching his 8 goals with 8 saves and added 3 assists to go with it. And what's better than 2 sweeps? Oh yeah, dude, 3 sweeps as number 3 Gateway absolutely showed up to play. 28 goals scored in just 3 games. And more impressive than that was the goose egg they held the Panthers to. Gateway remained undefeated in the spring semester.
I have a strong suspicion that they are going to continue their dominance being the second.
Now, as far as Greater Altoona, our number 4 team in last week's power rankings, they proved why they are undefeated so far in the spring. An impressive W against Central Cambria. And as far as Vanilla, they were tied for the most goals in the team with 6, but they led the way with 4 saves as well with their MVP performance. And after dropping their first 2 series of the semester, Greensburg Central have now won 2 in a row, bringing them up to 500 on the season after an impressive sweep against Boyertown. Bubble Guppy almost getting to double-digit assists, 9 of them, along with 6 goals and 2 saves, as Greensburg Central moved to 2-2. And Lloyd Boy put Penn Trafford on their back last week. 15 goals. Yeah, you heard that right. 1-5. 15 of them things, along with 3 assists and 2 saves, as last week's number 5 take down Westmont Hilltop by a series score of 3-1. But my surprise of the week last week was Brownville area in their second match of the day, able to take down last week's number 2 team, Jefferson Morgan, in a 4-game banger. And it was ZL Shiro with another monstrous performance. 15 goals as well as 6 saves to go with a pair of assists, as Brownsville area, after starting 0-2 on the season, win both their matchups last week, bringing them to 2-2. Now we've seen how last week's action broke down. Let's go ahead and see who's moved up, down, or out of our Division 1 Power 5 rankings. And y'all know we can't leave out our Division 2 squads. Here's our Power 5 rankings for Div 2. And here's the overall standings for our Division 1 Rocket League so far. Let's go ahead and look at those Division 2 rankings as well. Now, if there's a particular matchup you're looking for, let's go ahead and take a look at our schedule for week number 5. So that way we can make sure we got y'all in the right spot to catch all the action live. My matchup to watch is going to be over towards the end of the day on the mainstream. We're running back our fall championship, baby. California area versus Forest Hills, in what promises to be a banger. Well, it's about that time we can get down and do what it do. We're starting up the second half of our season. It's time for week number 5, and good luck to all our competitors out there on the pitch. Don't forget that we've got more content than ever heading y'all's way over on social media as well as over on YouTube. Top 5 plays this year have been super spicy. Make sure you're getting involved, smacking the like button, leaving a comment, and don't forget to tell somebody about it. Until we do catch y'all back over here for the next one, man. Don't forget, with everything crazy going on in the world today, be true, be you, be sincere. Game hard and love hard, all right, y'all? It's your boy Q, signing out. what it do, what it do? It's your boy Q, and we are now pretty well halfway through our Tech High School spring semester in week number 5. Y'all already know how we do on Tuesday, man. It's time to take to the pitch for some Rocket League. But before we jump into this week's action, let's take a look at how last week's games broke down.
Teammate nowhere to be found. Johnny sends one back in return as a minute 20 left here. Benjamin gonna put that one home.
And over on the mainstream, they kicked things off with an upset of one of our Division 1 top 5 teams from our power rankings last week. Penn Trafford was able to take down number 3 ranked Albert Gallatin, handing them their first loss of the season with a series score of 3-1. And Johnny came to play, leading the way with 6 goals, 2 assists, and 5 saves as Penn Trafford moved to 3-1 on the semester.
This is going to be running it downhill. Exavo maybe from the...
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to TEC, here for our week number 5 of regular season action. It's Tuesday, so you know it's time for some amazing Rocket League action. My name is Llama77. Joined with me in the casting booth here today, it is the one and only Mr. Hot Sauce. How you doing today?
Too kind, Llama, too kind. We appreciate you, brother, and I am doing well. Thank you for asking. Glad to be back in the booth with you as always. 3 really exciting D1 games here today, and you know, one of these is going to be a return of the previous championship match as well. So we've got a lot of wonderful action for you here today. The first one, though, is going to be Albert Gallatin taking on Gateway.
Gonna be a good first one. Like you said, 3 series on the day, maybe a preview of what our end of the year championship might look like. But this one, like you said, it's a good matchup as well between Gateway and Albert Gallatin. Both these 2 teams fighting for some top spots as well. Let's head into game number 1.
Into game number 1 we go, and I do believe Albert Gallatin is 3-1 on the season. I can barely get it out before we see a very fast goal here from Steppen.
Steppen, early goal, early strike here, only 7 seconds in towards this first game. Important to mention, like we were saying, not only are these series, but they are best of 5s as well. So an opportunity to bounce back if you do lose a game or 2, but those series can get quickly out of hand if you are giving up goals and giving up games.
Yeah, and I do believe Gateway hasn't played as many games yet this season. I think they're only 2-0 on the season, but still undefeated thus far. So, you know, Albert Gallatin is another one of those brand new schools that is in the league, but it's just been playing very well already throughout the regular season, even giving some of those top teams a run for their money. So, really excited to see what Albert Gallatin has to offer this season.
And offering they will. Already with trying to get to the defense. Gateway with this passing play, just able to work their way from the backboard to their other player. I'm sorry I beat you, connecting with Seven Joler. And the tying up goal, I think very importantly, it's not late in the game. We saw Albert Gallatin, the ability to strike first, but Gateway, their response is even better.
Yeah, I mean, anytime a team scores early like that, you always want to find a way to respond very quickly. Gateway certainly doing that here today, all tied up at 1, not even a minute off the clock yet, as both of these teams fighting tooth and nail. FedEx on a big breakaway here, now down the field, has an opportunity. Unfortunately, the car gets a little away from the ball. Brayton will find the save, but not for long, as Blix looks to keep the drive alive, pressured into the corner, now in front of the net, and I'm sorry, we'll find the clear and buy a little time.
Lots of clears, lots of back and forth between these 2 teams as they try to figure out what play style they want to work with. Seven Jola right through the middle of the field, gets a bouncing shot off the ground, and back-to-back goals for Gateway.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the bump from Steppen. Unfortunately, the pass would already made across the field there in front of the net, and Gateway just doing a good job of being in the right place at the right time, making sure to capitalize on these pass plays in front of the net. That'll put them up here by 1, but as we know, there is so much time left here in this game of Rocket League, but Gateway, after that first goal from Albert Gallatin, has really kind of fell into their play style. They're playing very aggressive, moving down the field nicely, and done a great job of controlling the boost as well.
Managing those resources, something we'll have to see down the field of this game for Gateway. Like we said, it's those back-to-back goals, but FedEx is going aerial. Nice little opportunity with the control there. Pops it over there towards the left side. The defense, though, of Gateway able to make that save, clear down the field, and not allow that secondary touch. A little bit of friendly fire allows Albert Gallatin to retake control, and they're going on the offense. A mistouch almost allows them to score that one in.
Almost able to put that one in. Unfortunately, they can't quite get it just yet. FadeX with a big demo there as well as they continue to march down the field. A nice pass to Steppen. Can't quite connect here, though, and the ball will be knocked away once more. Blix trying to get to it in time, but Joler with the pass to Brayton. Now into the middle. FadeX will find the stop, and a bit of back and forth here mid-game.
Lots of back and forth after that early flurry of goals. Back and forth, the pendulum swings between these two teams. For Albert Gallatin, you want it to swing back your way after leading first, after getting that early strike. Now it's up to you with about half this game left to play. You have to be the ones to try and find the goals. A little bit more of that friendly fire on the defensive line for Gateway. Have to be a little bit careful of that, but they're working their way really well out of the zone and creating some nice passing plays.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. The teamwork, the pass plays, making it down the field together as a cohesive unit as they try to pinch this one in. Blix off the sidewall will be knocked away by I'm Sorry I Beat You. Now up into the air, looking for the pass across midfield. Joler, the shot high into the left. Can't quite connect with that one as Blix looking for the clear. Back across midfield. FadeX will rest it down. Now looking to carry it into the corner. A potential cross across midfield, but Joler going up into the air and stopping this one before it can start.
Stopping the play before it can start to get towards the end of it, but the offense persists here from Gateway, not wanting to give up, tied with their opponents in the overall shot counter. FadeX is going to add one more, trying to go aerial, and I like the control that Albert Gallatin is trying to put forward. They're using all different angles to try and attack the goal. They're forcing double commits and pushing all the way to the crossbar. FadeX is just a half second too slow. The offense not done. Blix with an extra shot, and Gateway, somehow the defense clears it out.
Yeah, somehow able to maintain just long enough to find that clear, but already Blix back into the corner looking for another opportunity. FadeX going up top, has a second chance opportunity off the backboard, but the defense will pressure it off of the backboard themselves and find a bit of a clear here, but already back in front of the net. Joler, a booming clear as well. I'm Sorry I Beat You will rest this one down and look to continue the pressure off the backboard. Unfortunately, they couldn't connect, and this is going to leave the goal wide open for Blix to walk on in.
Great recognition here, just recognizing that after that touch doesn't go through, Blix just able to pull that U-turn in, send it all the way down. And we have a tied up game on our hands. This is only game number 1 in the series. 40 seconds left to go. Hot Sauce, realistically, we could only be looking at maybe one more goal to be the decider in this one.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, we could just be looking at an overtime, and they'll have to decide it there with that golden goal. But time will tell. Now knocking at the net once more. Joler looking for an opportunity. Will rest into the corner and look to carry it out. Now the touch off the ceiling in front of the net and almost able to secure it. But now this could spell trouble. One defender to beat. A long booming shot and Beat You. Somehow gets up to find the save and keep the team alive.
On the back foot, gets just a tiny piece of it, and it's just enough to keep this game going. Only a few seconds left, some change here to work with, but going up into the sky, trying to earn themselves one more goal. Backboard double touch not there, and overtime here for our first game of the day.
Yeah, I mean, this just tells you how exciting all of these matches are going to be today. Number 1 here, the first game already into overtime. I'm Sorry I Beat You, trying to work the magic. The defense not biting just yet. FadeX circling back now in front of the net. Joler nearly bangs it in, and there it is, the pressure. Just too much from Gateway. Brayton will secure the final golden goal in just 16 seconds. Gateway up by 1 in this series.
Up by 1, and what a way to do it. You talk about the teamwork there to not only get the bumping play, but also that recognition to find your teammate in space. A really close back and forth game number 1 between these two teams, and this is just the start of the series. Like we said, if we get more overtimes, I'd be super happy.
Yeah, I mean, both of these teams just so evenly matched. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a game 4 or a game 5 as well. And just a really good battle back and forth. I mean, we saw AG come out, score that first goal. Then Gateway was able to grab 2 more. We saw Albert tie it back up. So, really both of these teams very evenly matched, it would have seemed so far. So.
Evenly matched is what it seems. We'll have to see what this second game has in store for us. And for Gateway, this could be a really big moment in the series. If you can take this second game, if you can move yourself on a series point, you would give yourself 3 chances to try and close out that series. However, Albert Gallatin, we've seen their offense. We've seen their ability to score in quick succession and punish off those mistakes. We'll see if those adaptations are here going into game 2.
All about those adaptations, being able to overcome the obstacles in front of you and play what you need to do against your opponents to make it happen. I beat you. Unable to find that shot into the back of the net. Joler looking for a second chance opportunity. Unfortunately, the momentum not there. Brayden with a takeaway. And that is just one of those things where you kind of put your head in your hands. I don't know what went wrong there. It looks like they were going into the corner to collect that boost, maybe not realizing that Brayden had stole the ball away there.
It's just confidence. I think for Brayden that you're expecting as the opponents that your teammate going to be able to cover that one, be able to clear it all the way down the field, but just to intercept some of those passes, Phoenix actually puts a nice shot the other way. I love seeing the confidence from all of these players out in the field. It's not only Gateway that we saw in game number 1. They're not scared to go for these demos. They're not scared to go for these bumps, but Albert Gallatin as well. They've got some offense, and they aren't scared to take those longer range shots.
Yeah, we see a lot of great teamwork from the whole crew. I mean, from Blix to FadeX as well, Steppen being able to fill these roles nicely, but Gateway has just been that slightly more aggressive team, that slightly more faster-paced team here. Now at midfield, Blix with a banger of a shot from downtown on the bar down, and Blix with the equalizer.
I'm so glad the crossbar did not get a piece of that one. Well, it did, but at least went that bar down. So not today, crossbar. You're not denying a beautiful goal. But the tying goal once again here. These both teams keeping it very close, keeping this game under wraps for themselves and slowing down the offense of the other. Now we've still got 4 minutes left to play, and we're all back to square one.
All back to square one. Both of these teams really not allowing the other to get too far ahead here. Very evenly matched, but now the breakaway opportunity. Aiton with the razzle-dazzle, breaking axles as well, and another goal to boot.
Unfortunate. I mean, Blix is just a half second too fast. If they do catch that pass, it's probably a goal the other way. But the steal comes through. The confidence plays time and time again from this Gateway squad. It is what we have mentioned. And now Blix has a 1v1. Seven Joler able to step up to that one, play the defense, and keep this lead towards their side.
Lead still on their side. Joler off the sidewall, looking to continue the pressure down. Has a little help from the teammate. That's going to be Brayton, who keeps the drive alive. Joler up top, off the backboard, leaving it for the teammate. That's Brayton, the finesse. But it's just a hair to the left as they nearly sneak that one in. I beat you with another shot. Steppen will step up and find the save. Brayton shoots. Blix saves as well. And they are just being a relentless firing squad. But Albert Gallatin, the stone wall, holding true at the moment.
I mean, 4 saves in this game, 2 on 2 different players. You talk about a stonewall. Albert Gallatin has been building up one, brick by brick, step by step, not missing a single step here. And Steppen and co trying to keep the move on forward. Steppen already an assist on this game. Blix with that goal. Can they find this duo again? It looks like their team are good, but it's just the confidence plays from Gateway that are getting them these opportunities.
Yeah, Brayton in front of the net. A nice flick over the head, but it will be touched away by the opposing team here as Joler looks to keep the drive alive. Beat you in front of the net. Brayton looks to pressure it in as well, but the defense still standing tough at the moment here. Joler with another opportunity. Steppen will go up and find the stop. FadeX around one. Now a second defender. A wide open net. Can he get the angle? I'm sorry, I beat you. Comes just flying in to be able to save that one. A little help from Joler there as well.
Save now the other way, the counter attack, the rotations like you mentioned, kind of trusting in each other to make sure somebody is back there from Gateway. Double touch. No, it's the right post that eats that one alive. The most valuable post, the 4th defender, whatever you want to call him. It's the defense holding strong once again from Gateway. The 3 saves from Seven Dweller able to shut down the Albert Gallatin offense so far. We still got a minute 30 and they're only up by 1.
Yeah, I mean, both of these games so far have just been incredibly close. Now, Joler with that demo. FadeX into the corner, looking to find a touch. A dangerous one at that as it goes across in front of the net. But The defense will help out a little bit. Blix onto the sidewall. A nice shot toward the net here. FadeX looking for another opportunity, but Gateway doing a great job of reading these plays, of adjusting and coming out from that net to find these stops and these clears.
Those adjustments have seemed to been made. Nice demolition there from FadeX, not allowing the player to continue off on that play. Dangerous touch across the backboard. Nice recovery once again from the defense. However, under 60 seconds left to go. Again, you've only really got some change to work with. Got to spend them wisely. What will the bubblegum machine pop out for you now? Will it be a nice big bubble in the goal, or will it be a game number 2 given over to Gateway?
Yeah, it's so hard to tell with these two teams very evenly matched. Just 30 seconds on the clock. It's Gateway's game to lose as they have that 1-point lead. Stepping up into the air, looking to make something happen, but Joler wasting no time, giving no space. And now the counterattack into the corner of AG. Pressured up into the air, off near the ceiling as FadeX will take it away, bouncing off the sidewall. Blix fires into the corner, looking for one more solid opportunity here, but Joler finds a big clear, eats up a lot of time here, and this could spell trouble.
Only 5 seconds left. Trouble is indeed brewing on the horizon, and 0's on the clock. A nice kill right there at the end as well. For Gateway, it is the second game in their column. They are now on series point, 1 game away from securing themselves a win. And you talk about Hot Sauce, a team that, like you said, might not have as many games recorded. For Albert Gallatin, this is a must-win next game to get yourself back in the series.
Yeah, I mean, both of these teams, like we said, are very evenly matched. I feel like Gateway is just getting a little more opportunities downfield. We can see it in that shot column there. I think it was 10 shots to 4. So just getting more opportunities. I think if AG can find a way to get a few more bumps, a few more demos, and kind of create that confusion, it could open up that backfield for them, allow them to find that extra goal or 2 that they've been missing. But I mean, super, super close series thus far.
Lots of back and forth, lots of closeness between these two teams. Now Albert Gallatin, like we said, they've had those opportunities. They've had some really fantastic saves. It's just been the follow-up opportunities from Gateway, and the confidence plays, the 50-50s, the crunches up in the air to be able to put that one forward. Now we go towards this game number 3. Of course, also to mention, this is only the first series on the day, so lots of more Rocket League action to go. But as the players get ready and ready to go, the nice thing, we get to reset the slates back to clean here for game number 3.
All back to 0. 5 minutes on the clock. These first 2 games only separated by a goal. And now AG looking to keep the dream alive. They're going to have to win this game if they want to extend this series into another one, a game 4, so to speak. But right now, AG feeling the pressure. FadeX trying to find the clear. BU will find the stop at midfield. Blix fires a banger from midfield and already sent back in the other direction. A lot of pong here early in game number 3.
It's a back and forth between these two teams. It's what we have come to expect from the first 2 games, where there was that back and forth, where it was only a 1 goal that decided both game 1 and game number 2. We'll have to see if it is going to be 1 goal again, or if it could be a runaway game. It just doesn't seem like it. Both these teams playing it close towards the vest. I'm sorry, Bichu does win the 50-50, but it looks like leaves it for a teammate.
All the way down now, FadeX with a long booming clear. Brayton into the side corner. It looks like AG tried to take it away from him in front of a dangerous position, and Blix looking sick. We'll put this one right into the back of the net.
This is absolutely huge. You talk about confidence. Plays well right inside of the paint. Blix finds a nice little soft spot between the defense. And here inside of the first minute, able to strike first, able to take this lead. And maybe start the reverse sweep right here, right now. For Gateway, it's getting back towards those defensive rotations and plays. You cannot allow Albert Gallatin to have that much space. We've seen how good their offense is already.
Yeah, it's nice to see them get out early here as well. They kind of struggled a little bit in the first couple games to get that momentum going early. Right now, though, Gateway once again having all of that pressure, shooting shot after shot. AG needs to find a way to alleviate this, to find a clear in there. Maybe it's stepping with a breakaway. 2 defenders in the way, and Joler will find the stop, knock it to the side, back in front of the net. A dangerous position, but Gateway able to knock it to the wayside.
towards that corner, giving themselves a little bit more time, and then they get a 2v1, turning it upfield, and this transitional offense from Gateway. It's what gets them in really good positions. However, the demolition and all that physicality coming out from Albert Gallatin, they are fighting everything they have for this game, putting the gas pedal forward. Seven Joeller going forward with some momentum in the air, but FadeX with some boost will carry out.
Yeah, FedEx now across midfield has a second chance opportunity. The defense barely gets there in time to keep that one from going into the back of the net, giving AG that 2-point lead. Now the counterattack coming from Gateway, a demo of their own as well. In front of the, nearly threading the needle. The save is there. The pressure continues to be applied from Gateway, but AG coming up with some big stops here.
Huge stops. Huge stuff here as we approach the halfway moment of this game. They need to keep making these incredible saves. They've already got 3 on FadeX. The Savior medal going to be there for them. Gateway is applying the pressure, but for Albert Gallatin, it's not only about getting these saves, it's about getting these clears. The continual pressure, post to post, doink to boink to ka-choink, all the way around. 2 minutes left to go, and somehow this one not going in.
Not going in just yet, able to be that stone wall as they've been so far, but Gateway is just relentless. That firing squad, we saw, I think, double-digit shots in that previous game as well. So AG maybe looking a way to stifle them a bit, to slow them down. Brayton up top nearly had an opportunity there, just didn't quite have enough boost in the tank to make it happen. And now Joeller across midfield, Blix looking for the counter opportunity here into the corner. We'll find the second touch. Again, over the head, though, and back and forth we go.
Forth. It's how it's been. It's how it will be here throughout the rest of this game. A minute 30, and still these two teams inseparable only by 1 goal in every single one of these games. A nice touch off the backboard. Steppen was set up that entire way through, but the play read. Gateway looking to turn this one up the field with a 1v3 play. The bump denied, and Blix threads his way through to make the save.
Yeah, a huge save by Blix in that 3v1 as well. Gateway had the opportunity, could have potentially looked for a demo in the net, but didn't quite get it. Steppen looking to carry this one out the bump there as well. Joeller will regain. Steppen into the corner, has a little bit of help there. The bump coming in from AG, but it's not enough. Once more, the counter attack here again, and still only 1 goal separating these two teams with 45 seconds left on the clock.
Oh, FadeX is just gonna steal this one away. Said, no more 1 goal lead. Just take this one all myself right in that open net. And it's always dangerous, like we say, Hot Sauce, when you carry the ball across the goal. You really need to carry it above, but it's so hard when you got FadeX flying at your face.
Yeah, I mean, actually, both of these goals this game has come from that. We saw Brayton in the air carrying it across and lost control. The ball dropped in front of the net. They got goal number 1. Now FadeX able to steal that one in front of the net as well. So Gateway kind of, unfortunately, just breaking down a little bit in that defense. But we talk about consistency always being key, right? They've got 2 wins in the bag. So you do mess up here in game number 3, at least you have a little bit of breathing room. But here's an opportunity for AG to kind of flip the switch, so to speak, and kind of change the momentum of the game.
Love to see that start to the reverse sweep. I mean, I'm always a fan of more games as well, so definitely not disappointed. And the offense here from Albert Gallatin, finding those openings all the way through and through, will provide them with a victory here in game number 3. Guaranteed at least 4. And Hot Sauce, we could be going to a game number 5 in our first series of the day. I mean, already not disappointing.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either. I mean, we've already got an overtime in game number 1. The majority of these games have only been separated by a goal. Obviously, AG had 2 on that one, but the shot column was 3 shots for AG as well. So they're not getting as many opportunities as Gateway, but the quality of shots here is certainly what they needed. So able to take game number 3 away. So we head into game number 4, and I mean, you're absolutely right, Llama. The momentum now beginning to shift. If AG can take game number 4, that's 2 in a row heading into that final game. You have to think that all the momentum would be in their favor at that point.
Momentum, an absolute killer here in the Rocket League Arena. We'll see if Albert Gallatin can use that momentum here in this 4th game. If they can force force a fifth for themselves. We'll have to see. Offense is going to have to stay consistent, like you mentioned. 5 more minutes on the clock to get it done. And right off the rip, it's going to be Brayton with the ability to score first.
Well, I mean, you couldn't ask for a better situation if you're Gateway. Unfortunately, things just getting a little squirrely there for AG on that kickoff. Nobody really contending there on that ball. So a nice, easy goal here for Gateway. What's important is what happens next here for AG, though.
Very true. The way you respond, it's not just about it's not just about how you get hit. It's about how you get back up right after here. And of course, it is a little bit unfortunate. We talked about how close this series has been, where you drop a goal. Games have only been decided by 1 goal in the first 2 and 2 goal in the second one. However, there is an opportunity. There's still time. I mean, 4.5 minutes. We both know hot sauce is an absolute eternity here in the Rocket League Arena.
Absolutely. Just so much time here as we see. Excuse me. I'm sorry I beat you with that demo now across midfield. Unfortunately, couldn't connect with that pass. And you see my fault in the chat there as well. Kind of well aware that mistakes happen, but you just got to regroup and move forward. Joler off the sidewall, continuing that pressure, though. Steppen will step up, find the stop, but it's not enough. Brayton looking for the second chance opportunity. FadeX now looking for that clear. They have to be careful. The ball floating dangerously in front of that net, and Gateway just getting opportunity after opportunity here.
Many great opportunities, but once again, it's the Albert Gallatin defense that we have prided themselves on, that they have the ability to work their way down the field off of and just stop so many of those relentless pursuits by the Gateway offense. Brayton pops this one down towards the corner, maybe trying to get one of those opportunities we were talking about off the backboard. It is so much extra pressure, but the clear will finally come through.
The clear finally comes through. Joler gets the demo here as well. A nice shot from Blix will be knocked away by Brayton here as well. FadeX looking for another opportunity. The double touch into the corner, but the momentum just not there. Steppen off the backboard, looking for a little help. Blix can't get it either. And I mean, honestly, AG stringing together a lot of nice opportunities. Unfortunately, they just can't find a way to put it into the back of the net.
All 3 players were there. All 3 had that chance, but the defense, once again, were those that stepped up, denying them from that opportunity to try and pop that in towards the net. Now, all of a sudden, since that first goal, we've had 2 minutes burned off of this clock. Only 3 remain here. It is still only that 1 goal deficit, and we saw before that Albert Gallatin not scared of a deficit. They're okay to work their way back up late in the series, late in the game. Whatever they need to do, they're getting it done with some more shots.
Getting it done with more shots. The demo's kind of picking up here as well. And a nice shot from FadeX to find the equalizer in front of the net and making sure to capitalize. AG still in this one.
Absolutely still is, and if Blix keeps making plays like that, they're going to be feeling very good. The challenge is off the wall. The 50-50 win turned into the passing play. It is half this game left to play, and a lead and a bouncing shot. It's just going to go on in. FadeX will find the goal. It's technically going to be an own goal, but what a turn of events. Back-to-back goals for Albert Gallatin.
Yeah, I mean, after being down by 1 in the first half of this game, now they find themselves up by 1 again, looking to carry that momentum forward, looking to tie this series up, and now they just have to hold on for 2.5 more minutes to make it happen, Captain.
To try and make it happen. We'll see who is going to be leading the ship, driving it all around these rough waters. And this series has been so much back and forth between these 2 teams, but as we mentioned, has always been close. You're always still in this one. If you have that opportunity to score 1 more goal for Gateway, just 1 more opportunity and find those passing plays off the backboard, you're right back in this one. Brayton's shot was a little bit high in towards the right.
A little high into the right, but not ready to be done just yet. Steppen will find 1 more save, but Gateway being relentless down here at the moment. AG needs to find a clear. The pressure is mounting, and they will get one, but Brayton at that midfield, that 3rd-man rotation, able to keep it back down here on the AG side. A nice shot from Joel, but the defense will come in. A long booming clear almost goes in. FadeX can't get up for that second chance opportunity, and just back and forth central here.
Even though FadeX can't get up towards it, I really do like the clearing opportunities, but I'm sorry I beat you. Just gonna pop this one in. Don't care about the defenders. 7 Dweller starts this one, but what a touch off the top of the card to lock that one in.
Able to lock it in now 2-2. We knew this was going to be an exciting series after the first game went to overtime, but here we are in game number 4. Gateway has the ability to put this series to rest, but AG looking to fight on, looking to extend it to a game 5. Still tied up here, a minute 15 on the clock. The ball floating around midfield. Gateway, an opportunity into the corner will show itself. Looks like Joler up top. The double tap, is it there? Brayton, and the teamwork absolutely on point.
This is huge stuff right near the end of the game. Seven Joler, just what a passing play. 2 defenders jump up, but it is the offensive Gateway that prevails. The passing play leaves the net all wide open, and the lead, the swing back and forth, and Gateway, the ability to score in bunches is there, and now Albert Gallatin has about 60 seconds to try and find a goal.
Yeah, just 60 seconds left here. And I mean, it's been an incredibly close series. I wouldn't be surprised if they can pull a rabbit out of the hat, so to speak, but they're going to have to step it up. They're going to have to increase that physicality here. But right now, Gateway muscling him into the corner. A big booming clear coming in the favor of AG. Stepping into the corner, will circle back. Sorry, I beat you. Got squirrely in the net, but Joler able to go up, find the touch, and now with just 30 seconds, AG is going to need one more.
More on the board, not too much time, it's only half a minute. We have seen fantastic things all across TEC before in this time frame right here, right now. It's all about where you can find those offensive plays. The demolitions are just going to slow it down. Blix trying to win that 50-50, actually sends it neutral towards the part of this field where Fadex can pick it up. Fadex's shot is just barely blocked. Blix's as well. Another one from Steppen. The relentless fury going through, but it is the defense from Gateway that prevails, and Gateway will prevail in this series. 3-1 the final score.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, all 3 of these 4 games only separated by a goal. It just goes to show you how evenly matched these 2 teams were. And Gateway will now go 3-0 on the season. Albert Gallatin 3-2. But AG is one of these brand new schools in the league. He's just been making some big waves. They have an incredibly talented team, and I can't wait to watch them to progress. I think they're going to have a really great postseason run as well.
I think so too. I think we got a lot of teams that, like we said, any given Sunday, they could possibly pop off. They could be ones contending for the title. And to keep all the games very close as well. Again, only the game that they won was the game that was separated by, less than 2 or more than 1 goal, excuse me. All the other ones only separated by 1 singular point on either side. So just goes to show you the talent level we have here in TEC.
Yeah, and it only continues to grow, as TEC grows, and there'll be just an insane amount of schools added in the next season as well. So obviously, it just gets more and more exciting. But that being said, we've got more excitement ahead of us. 2 more amazing matches. Unfortunately, we're going to have to take a short break, so don't go too far. When we come back, we got more TEC Rocket League action.
here at the TEC High School Esports League. And we're here for week number 5 of our Rocket League action. 1 series done, 2 more to go. And I gotta say, hot sauce with what game number 1 and series number 1 provided for us. Some overtime, some amazing back and forth. I'm really excited to see how these next series go.
Yeah, I mean, all of these games are going to be great games today. We've got the next one, Carmichael's area, who is 2-0, taking on a brand new school, Franklin Regional. Now, Franklin Regional is 1-2, but both of their losses, one comes from Forest Hills, who is undefeated, and the former 2 or 3-time champ, and then one comes from Greater Altoona CTC, who is just playing absolutely lights out the past few seasons as well. Pretty much that same roster for a long time. So I think this is going to be a good test for Franklin Regional. They have a ton of talent, as does Carmichael's area.
Lots of talent all across the field. We'll get to see another great battle, and we're about halfway through the regular season, so matches start to get more and more important as we approach those playoffs. Every single seeding, every single placement really does matter to try and avoid those juggernauts that we will see a little bit later. But we are getting going into game number 1.
Game number 1 underway. Carmichael's in that dark blue. Franklin Regional in that light-colored blue, just in case we're wondering. But John But Him almost gets it in. And John But Him, I think, used to be John But Musty. So maybe a little bit of a name change over there as we've kind of grown.
Got a little bit more creativity, changing things up. And gotta say, the creativity all across the field, in the names, in the cars, it is all there. It is going to be spicy going actually for someone I thought was going to be a double touch off of that backboard, but a little bit of back and forth. This is usually what we see in game number 1. Both teams just kind of trying to feel out what play style they want to put forward.
Yeah, I've been excited to watch Stray Spicy play for Franklin as well. We've seen him kind of do very, very well in the Valorant scene for TEC. So also here in that Rocket League scene as well, looking to show what he's got in front of the net, though. A bit of coagulation here from Carmichael's areas. They look to find this clear. Big Fantasy looks to keep the drive alive. Tucked into the corner, though, looking for a second chance opportunity. Mike cross midfield, stopped by Stray Spicy. And again, both of these teams really just kind of feeling each other out at the moment.
Trying to find their groove here early, and that's what this first game is all about. And that's why we play those best of 5s as well. It gives you more of that time to start to feel out those play styles. Spicy gonna pop this one up high once again, looking for a teammate, and Big Fantasy able to just slide this one down through the waterfall. Lots of relentless offense flowing through here from Franklin, but the clear comes through from Carmichael's. They have managed it very, very well, and they've had opportunities of their own. Nobody yet to score just yet with these great defenses, but as I say it, Stray Spicy, the first to get the first blood.
Stray Spicy. I mean, that's the name that I was talking about. We wanted to see how they were going to do in Rocket League as well. Already coming out to find that first goal here. Give him that lead, but as we know, Llama, 3 minutes is so much time in a game like Rocket League.
It 100% is. It's enough time to score lots of goals. It's enough time to rebound and fix up those rotations as well. Either way, it's going to be back off that kickoff and back towards Jake Cray 5. Lots of good 50-50s and confidence as well. You can see from this Franklin squad stepping up, getting shots towards the backboard and getting those extra opportunities. It's going to be Quota GG. Another great shot to just tack up the bow on the end of that play. Franklin started a little bit slow in that shot column, even though they had that first goal. But this time it is John But Him with the slider and the equalizer.
Yeah, I mean, able to answer back here before the halfway point as well. And we knew this was going to be a very close game. All these series today are absolutely phenomenal here in D1, but Carmichael's able to tie it up again. Another one of these few remaining undefeated teams. So not wanting to add that notch to the loss column, Franklin Regional certainly has the ability to do so. The talent on the field impeccable here as they are all tied up 1-1. Big Fantasy will fire a shot. Drake Ray gets the save here, though, and looks to carry it outward.
Trying to carry things out and down the field. It's going to be Mike! The mid-range shot connects all the way down. The lead is back to theirs. And how about the passing play to set it up?
Yeah, nice pass from Jay Cray, and Mike just with a banger of a shot deep in their territory. Unfortunately, that defense had cheated all forward there. Nobody in that backfield to find the stop. That one will come back to haunt Franklin Regional. We'll see if they can bring it back here within the next 2 minutes.
They can. They gotta bounce back on some of this defense as well. Carmichael's had that early shot advantage, but it's been their passing plays to set them up for success once again in front of that paint area. It's another great shot, another great save to try and immediately counter things on back. At the same time, this one left in a dangerous spot, bouncing all the way down across the field, and under 2 minutes left to go. Such a back and forth to start us out, but man, how the game ends, nobody knows.
Nobody knows just yet. 93 seconds on the clock. Both of these teams fighting tooth and nail, but it's Franklin Regional who's going to have to find one more if they want to send it into overtime or look to take the dub. Jay Cray pressuring into the corner, looking for the pass to Mike once more. Can't quite get it as the defense finds the stop and begins to pressure outward. This does get a little away from the teammate there, but Stray Spicy will keep it moving along.
Things up the field, trying to pressure on once again. It's Jay Cray going cray. Another beautiful passing play that sets up an absolute banger of a shot right through all 3 defenders, and the lead extended for Carmichael's.
Yeah, you know, a very, very close start to the game, but it looks like Carmichael's starting to run away with game number 1. We'll see if Franklin Regional can reel this one back in, but it looks like Mike and Jay Cray really just starting to fire on all cylinders. We talk about how game 1s can be a little finicky, so to speak, but really stepping it up now. Quota, though, will be able to sneak in a goal. Now with 57 seconds, they give themselves plenty of time to kind of creep back in this one.
Makes this game interesting here at the end to try and get that creep right on back in, to see if they can find one more goal to equalize things. Obviously, if you are Carmichael's, don't want to let that happen. Maybe you want to even get one more of your own so you have a little bit more comfortable lead than the 1-goal lead. But for Franklin, the opportunity is there. Jay Cray is just going cray again. Mike's 5 actually takes it away, and beautiful passing plays to just get it all the way down the field. And time again, this offense finding its way to score.
Yeah, now 4-2, a nice little cushion to the lead. There's still time for Franklin Regional game number 1 here, but it is going to be a tall task to ask. We'll see if they can kick it into overdrive and put the pedal to the metal and make it happen here, but just 38 seconds, and Carmichael's already down here knocking at the net once more. Dangerous territory. It looks like Carmichael's is cheating pretty far forward, though, and if they can get a long, booming clear like that one, they can certainly take advantage.
Absolutely, exactly like you said. They push too far forward, and D-Spray Spicy able to just recognize that, get the spatial awareness, and pop that one down the field. So much back and forth here at the end of the game, and only 30 seconds left to decide it. An opportunity for Franklin to maybe bring things back. They have faced the relentless onslaught of the Carmichael's offense throughout this game, but they have been able to find some of their own. T-Stray Spicy doing things on offense, doing it on defense, but now needs to do it once more in the air. 0 boost out in the tank, and only single digits left on the clock.
Yeah, unfortunately, just not quite enough boost there. Didn't get a nice pass across midfield to the teammates, but they were unable to get up either. Quota! No way! Quota! The pass from downtown, and Quota goes up and takes it.
Yes, sir. This is TEC, baby. 0-second goal ties us up, and overtime awaits. So much back and forth, and fantastic, great opportunities from both sides. And now Hot Sauce, just one opportunity will decide this first game.
Another game 1 overtime. We told you all 3 of these matches, all 3 of these series today are going to be incredibly exciting, and they are not disappointing here. It's 20 seconds into overtime. Both of these teams looking to go up by 1 in the series, looking to take that driver's seat. But right now, I mean, Carmichael's after a 4-2 lead. You got to wonder if all of that momentum has kind of transitioned to Franklin.
Definitely feels like it. That momentum shift is there, and we talked about how big a momentum is in a Rocket League arena. It's not only about playing consistent, but also having that confidence to play absolutely wild and free. T-Stray Spicy once again was looking for the dagger. Jay Cray able to at least get up, make the save, work their way back down the field, and now it is up towards this offense. I feel for Carmichael's, the sooner you can get a shot and try and end this overtime, the better.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want to prolong it. You know, you've had that momentum. It's been going in your favor. Mike looking for a little flip reset. He strays Spicy. Will find the Spicy save as Fantasy looks to carry outward. Has an opportunity here. Will steal the boost away. from Carmichael's as well. But Jay Cray sees Quota waiting patiently for the opportunity, finds the demo, and will help alleviate some of that pressure.
Just little pressure being relieved from both sides, and gotta say, some nice bumps helping out. Jay Cray, the shot arcing, goes a little bit too high there, gets just a touch of that bottom part of that crossbar. The denial comes in just in time, but how long can they hold down the demolition, the physicality from both of these two teams? They are trying absolutely everything to try and get these goals.
Yeah, I feel like overtime either happens within the first 20 seconds or it usually goes a few minutes. There's really no in between, but I'm not going to complain because I love all the free Rocket League I can get. Quota to carry it down here. John will be waiting. A nice booming clear the other direction. A nice touches. Whoa, the defense has to go up. It's going to hit that corner and not quite go in. T-Stray Spicy has a counter opportunity here in front of the net as well, but both of these teams are just absolutely all over the field.
Getting aerial, denying those opportunities, and like you mentioned, getting those rotations in so you can be there to deny those offensive opportunities on your own defensive soil. An extra half the game, but Jay Cray's been doing it in the regular, and they've been doing it in overtime as well.
5-4 is the final score. A high-scoring game nonetheless, but another one that ends in overtime. Some really great moments from Franklin Regional as well, but Carmichael's just not wanting to get a notch in that loss column.
Definitely not feeling like it. The work back, definitely there. Gotta say for Carmichael's as well, such a well-rounded game. You can tell every single one of their players working for this game, every single one of them getting themselves a goal. And for Franklin as well, you had 2 out of your 3 players both getting a pair of goals. So much back and forth, so much offense, and I'm really excited to see what this series holds.
Yeah, I mean, again, these teams are so evenly matched. We saw T-Stray Spicy with a score of 1,000 as well. 6 shots, 6 saves, 2 goals, and an assist. So putting in work out there for Franklin Regional, and you love to see these new schools just shining, in their first season as well. So hats off to them. But series isn't over yet. I'd love to see Franklin come back and tie this one up here in game number 2.
Oh, I am just like you, Hot Sauce. We both love some more Rocket League, so would love to see some more games. But of course, the players will have to keep on fighting and keep on scoring to prove that to happen. It was such a back and forth game, but that momentum you talk about after playing along overtime, it can drain you mentally. So next game, this is the one where I feel like for Franklin, come out swinging, bring that offense here early.
Yeah, absolutely. You never want to be down by 2 in the series, especially if you don't have to, and trying to keep that momentum on your side. T-Stray Spicy up into there. Nice pass to Quota. Back to T-Stray, and they can't quite connect for the third one. But again, this is what we love to see. I love to see teams who can find those good passing plays. Unfortunately, that long booming clear doesn't go their way, and it's going to be Carmichael's up by 1 here in the first 30.
So this is just a really good 50-50, and it's gonna allude to what you mentioned, getting this early lead, only about 27 seconds off of this clock here, so 23 seconds. I can do math. It's on a caster. Either way, Carmichael's able to score first, and it's just been these challenges that I feel like all day long they've been able to hit these 50-50s, get some good clears down the field, but Franklin have been showing off their aerial prowess all throughout that first game.
Yeah, and now Stray Spicy's gonna follow it up with a demo, and we talked about how demos can open up that net for you, doing so here. And Big Fantasy able to capitalize on this one. We saw Jay Craig coming out for the stop. Unfortunately, didn't get the booming clear they needed. And once more, we are all tied up.
Back to an even game here. Back to these two teams, both an opportunity to retake that lead of their own. And I like both teams' opportunities that they've been able to score on. On one end, you've got a really fantastic clear and punish. On the other end, you've just got a really big demo that forces that goal. The teamwork and physicality working all in one. We've only got 60 seconds off the clock, so more time for more opportunities, definitely. But it's all up to these teams to see what those opportunities are.
Absolutely. And now across midfield, there's Mike S going up into the air. A nice shot as well. The post going to come up big for Franklin Regional as they hang on just a little while longer. Stray Spicy looking for the clear. No defenders in the background here, but Jay Cray comes up with a big demo on Stray Spicy to keep that run from happening.
Stopping the play, turning it up the field. This transitional offense, time and time again, is Jay Gray. We talked about them, the ability to get double goals in that game number 1, the ability to help out their entire team with an assist as well. We'll see if that continues to fall for Mike's 5. Pops it towards the teammate, and you could just see always looking to pass it to one another. If you can be the one to get the touch, you can always pass it off towards a teammate. But once again, stuck on defense here, back in the paint. But will it be Franklin able to capitalize?
Yeah, nice shot there from Stray Spicy. And now a long booming clear, and Carmichael's going to take advantage. It looked like Franklin Regional maybe cheating a little too far forward here, looking for that goal. Mike with a big breakaway, and we'll walk this one on in. Now up 2-1, Carmichael's area.
Carmichael's taking back that lead, saying, no, this one is not staying equal. We need that one back for ourselves. And I love the offense. Again, just the pressure forward that they provide. Jay Cray going for the 1v3 play. Unable to slam it home, at least, as T-Stray Spicy actually gets a really beautiful clear. And Mike's 5 unable to get a touch on it. T-Stray Spicy down the field will tie up this game.
A spicy play indeed. A long booming shot. We saw Mike on the back pedal, tries to get up. Unfortunately, the car just gets a little away from them. This one will bounce on in, and once more we are all tied up, Llama.
All back to tied, all back to square one again, and we've still got half of this game left to play here in game number 2. We talked about, though, here for Franklin, you want to try and get this second game. You don't want to give your opponent an opportunity to get on series point as quickly as possible. You want to give yourself a chance to not be in that reverse sweep position, to be in one of those hardest positions in all of Rocket League. Either way, they're showing us with the offense, they're showing us with the confidence, but right now, they got to play some defense.
Got to get that defense in there as well and find those transitional plays to work toward your benefit. Quota off the sidewall, now carrying down the field as well. Jay Cray with the stop, the clear, not quite there. Is Fantasy, that third man rotation coming in once more to keep the ball down here in that Carmichael territory. And Quota, again, we'll keep it alive here. Again, looking for these second and third chance opportunities. Stray Spicy, a banger of a shot a little high into the right. Quota coming back in with another opportunity. Carmichael's having trouble finding the clear here.
Finally get it, though. At least they do. All of that pressure was starting to mount. The extra touch, the extra work there. Jay Cray 5 will be the one that gets paid dividends from that one, but Mike's 5 follows that one all the way through and makes it so easy for their teammate.
Yeah, we saw Stray Spicy knocking away that initial attacker, but Jay Cray coming in, that second chance opportunity. They've been relentless. Their pressure almost unmatched. Up by 1 here, Carmichael's area, looking to take game number 2. We've seen Franklin Regional fight back in after being down by a 2-point deficit to take it into overtime in game number 1. They'll look to do something similar here in game number 2.
Number 2 slowly chipping away here, and Jay Cray doing it again. It just seems like whenever there is a dull moment, whenever there is any question about this offense, the steal away from Jay Cray makes the lead 2.
Lead is up by 2, and we talked about how they came. It was 4-2 in that first game as well, so a little bit of a repeat. We'll see if Franklin Regional is able to reel this one back in. The momentum, though, really feeling like it's in Carmichael's favor at the moment. A long booming clear, an opportunity they could use, but that rotations from Carmichael is absolutely on point at the moment. We'll find a way to keep the possession down here in that Franklin Regional territory.
Trying to hold on to that possession, trying to just keep the pressure up and don't allow them to get an extra shot of their own. We've seen what Franklin can do. They had that opportunity, just like you mentioned, to go to overtime and bring things back in the late hours of the game, in the waning moments. John but him going to be able to steal one away, and these 50-50 challenges just continue the offense.
Yeah, you know, really just kind of asserting their will here as they continue to apply pressure, find opportunity after opportunity, and shot after shot. Now up 5-2. Probably not impossible. I'd say it's probably happened before, but it's going to be a really, really tough comeback here. So maybe just look for a goal or 2 and just try to build that momentum heading into game number 3.
About the importance of that momentum. If you can get it going here, if you can just get one more goal, feels like everything could possibly change. However, this game for Carmichael is a changeup in their offense that they were just able to relentlessly pursue it, strike from the beginning, and once again give the ability of getting goals on every single player. Another shot here towards the end, a couple more shots on the scorecard for themselves. Double digits will be hit, and it will be Carmichael's hitting 2 games in the win column here in the series.
And 2 games with 5 goals as well, so 10 between the two. And we take a look at that shot column there. 12 shots for Carmichael's to the 4 of Franklin. And I mean, Franklin has a plethora of skill. When we see him get down the field, the shots are on target. They're quality shots. Unfortunately, they're just not getting as many opportunities down the field, kind of forced in their own territory. Carmichael's just done a great job of maintaining possession of not only the ball, but of the field domination as well.
Lots of field domination, lots of control, and increase that lead from game 1 to game number 2. Now we're heading into a big game number 3 for Franklin Regional. This is their opportunity to strike things back. They have showed us their offense. They have showed us their flashes of brilliance, but they need to win this game to stay in the series.
Gotta win to stay it in. Backs against the wall. We'll see if they can stand tall. Jay Cray, though, with a big demo to help open up that backfield. Now looking for another opportunity. And again, they're just so fast, so aggressive. The pace of the game has really picked up tenfold here.
And the pace is going to continue to pick on up. Why not? A goal right in front of the net. And Jake Ray just does so much work here. It's all 3 players that get involved. Big Fantasy is just, I mean, a 1/4 of a second, if that, from getting the touch and clear off and away. And that's what the fast pace does. This is what Jake Ray has been doing throughout the entirety of it. Doesn't even get credit with the assist, but leading the charge for the team into the zone and giving them all these fantastic opportunities.
Yeah, you know, they are just playing lights out at the moment. Another reason that they're one of the few undefeated remaining teams left here in Division 1. But Franklin Regional looking to knock them off. They've had a tough start to their season. They're playing incredibly well. They certainly have a lot of talent here to boot as well, as Fantasy looks to find the clear, now off the sidewall, looking to get it out of their territory. But Carmichael's has just done a great job of maintaining possession down there in that Franklin Regional area. But as I said, it's D-Stray Spicy with a stray shot from nowhere that finds the back of the net.
I mean, this is an absolute arc of a shot there. Bar down and in the top right corner. What a way to solidify that one, and what a way to score at a crucial time, right? You're only a minute into this game. You're down 1, and you're right back into it. You have the confidence as well for T-Stray Spicy. I feel like has been a player that has been able to find the goals when they've been confident, when they've found those 50-50s. It has set up the team for very, very good success.
See if they can get a little bit more of that success going forward here. Quota into the corner, looking to pass around the horn. Can't quite get it. Straight Spicy with a second opportunity. And a nice pass. Fantasy waiting in the back line. The cherry pick it on home.
This is huge, and we talk about the confidence. T-Stray Spicy feeling confident for sure. Just that's my ball. It's the 50-50 win. Slams it right towards the teammate, and the pass connection collection will put them back on top here for Franklin Regional. Up by 1, still 3 minutes 30 though to try and hold on.
Yeah, you know, and T-Stray Spicy does very well in Valorant as well. It's so great to see him playing so well in Rocket League. So some of these students just have so many talents. It's unreal, but it's great to see him put to use here and working with this team to try and collect here in game number 3, see if they can fight forward and extend the series a little bit longer. Right now, playing almost perfect.
Pretty perfect. We'll see if they can increase that tempo, increase that lead. We saw in the last game where Carmichael's was able to start to get that score line up to 3, 4, 5. It just start to felt like the game for Franklin was a little bit further out of reach. They could do exactly that with players like Mike's 5 and the rest of the offense. Jay Cray pushing up towards that backboard. It is going to be tough to hold on for so much time. And Jay Cray finding the right post this time. Soft spot found, and the equalizer is there.
Yeah, I feel like if you're Franklin Regional, you just have to score in bunches because you have a really, really good defense, but it doesn't really seem like it matters how good a defense is. Carmichael's is going to find a way to eventually score. They have a solid 3-man team here, and really their teamwork is almost unmatched. So I'd like to see Franklin Regional come out and grab a couple more goals here before the end of this game. I feel like they're certainly going to need it.
Definitely gonna need some goals. A little bit of a safety net would feel good. However, it's just back towards that right post. I feel like where J. Cray and this Carmichael squad have found so many of their goals is towards that right post. For Franklin, we'll see if they can guard it well. J. Cray putting one up towards the crossbar. Secondary touch goes a little bit wide, and the Franklin defense holds once again. But they need to get these clears down the field, and they need to get some of the comfortability goals here in the net, and they almost get it there.
Yeah, nice shot from Quota. Unfortunately, Mike, that secondary defender, able to find that stop. Another shot near the net as Mike will find one more save here as well and try to find that counterattack. Back and forth here, just 95 seconds left on the clock here, Llama.
Not a lot of time, but it's enough time for maybe to hold on for overtime. I'd love some more Rocket League if possible, or it's definitely enough time to score some goals, play some defense, turn it up the field. If you are Franklin, again, guard that right side of the net and make sure there is no open opportunities. They're tied on the shot column, tied on the score column, but Franklin needs this game.
Yeah, they absolutely do, but it's going to get a lot tougher because J. Cray is cray-cray. Almost every day we see him play. Going up once more, there's J. Cray over the defender. And we see Quota almost getting back in time. Unfortunately, can't quite stop it. So now it's going to be Franklin Regional who needs one more to keep this series alive.
It's got to be one more, and it's going to have to be two more off the kickoff. Mike's 5, the ability to just win this one out. And with only about 67 seconds left to go here in this game number 3, Franklin, their back is up against the wall.
Yeah, very tough position to be in. We saw them do it in game 1. They came back from that 2-point deficit, struggled to do so in game number 2. So we'll see if they can make it happen here in this 3rd game, extend that series a little bit further. It's certainly a tough task here and out into the corner of this Carmichael's area, looking to muscle their way through, and that's going to be Stray Spicy who steals the ball away and the boost. Now up into the ceiling, looking for a shot off the wall. There's help from Quota, but it's not quite enough to make it happen.
So close there. Almost had an amazing opportunity that could have gotten them within 1 goal. But we know Franklin, they can score quick. They've been able to score in these close margins before. But J. Cray and the rest of the go of Carmichael is just pushing their way forward. And J. Cray with the space pulls themselves in the hat trick.
Yeah, you know, it just seems like once this team gets going, they don't stop. And it's like every game they've just gotten a little bit better throughout this series, and it makes it so tough to play against. They are absolutely relentless, so aggressive attacking the ball, so good at keeping that ball down there in that opponent's territory and just finding 2nd, 3rd, and 4th chance opportunities.
Now that Mike's 5 on that play as well, gets bumped out and away, gets it still back to the teammate, and it's once again this relentless duo. Mike's 5 with so much extra pressure to allow this play to happen, puts the pressure on their opponents and gives J. Cray their 4th goal of the game. Absolutely putting on an offensive clinic. Franklin, they've only got 15 seconds left to score.
Yeah, Franklin's going to fall to 1-3, but honestly, their record doesn't do them justice. They are an incredibly talented team, and all 3 of their losses come from the only 3 undefeated teams left in the league. 2 of those we're going to get to see right after this series. But, I mean, Franklin Regional has just a ton of talent there as well. And another new school that's came in, played very, very well against the top teams of TEC. Unfortunately, they fall just a little bit short today, but the progress they've already made throughout this season has been unmatched, and I look forward to seeing them in that postseason run as well.
Well, the progress has been there, and you talk about such a tough schedule they have already had to endure. It looks like they're battling still through. They've been able to actually pick up lots of games throughout the season, even if they've been dropping series overall. So to just look back at those VODs to maybe get that improvement, it is 100%. All the tools are now in their hands. And then the other side of the field for Carmichael is a squad that you really feel like their offense is starting to light up. The passing plays and the teamwork, it's what you want to see as you get later into the season, and they honestly look playoff ready.
Oh yeah, I mean, these 3 have been playing together for a few seasons now, but they look scary, and it seems like they only get better with each game as time goes on. They just continue to apply that pressure. They're such an aggressive team, and I mean, that shot column is just 5, 6, 7, 9. Everybody on the team getting involved, taking those shots and being able to find the back of the net.
Getting everybody involved. The teamwork was there, and for both these two teams, they'll look towards the next week to try and earn themselves some victories. But Hot Sauce, I'm looking to this final matchup of the day. We are talking about a return of the battle, the rematch. It has been the story TEC match for so many seasons, back to back to back.
Excuse me, getting a little choked up over it. But yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, these two teams, California area, Forest Hills, they've met in the championship so many different times. And they're still the only two of the undefeated teams here in Division One. One of them's going to have to take a loss here today. But I mean, I absolutely love the story between these two teams. But I guess we'll have to wait to get into that in a moment. We do need to take a short break to get these players loaded into the lobby. But man, don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to have one of the most exciting series yet.
Now, if there's a particular matchup you're looking for, let's go ahead and take a look at our schedule for week number 5. So that way we can make sure we got y'all in the right spot to catch all the action live. My matchup to watch is going to be over towards the end of the day on the mainstream. We're running back our fall championship, baby. California area versus Forest Hills, in what promises to be a banger. Well, it's about that time we can get down and do what it do. We're starting up the second half of our season. It's time for week number 5, and good luck to all our competitors out there on the pitch. Don't forget that we've got more content than ever heading y'all's way over on social media as well as over on YouTube. Top 5 plays this year have been super spicy. Make sure you're getting involved, smacking the like button, leaving a comment, and don't forget.
And we are back still here at the TEC High School Series for week number 5 of our regular season action. And we have got possibly one of, if not the best regular season matches for you. The green versus red, the champions versus challengers, the number 1 and 2 overall teams, and the best 2 casters to call it as well.
Absolutely. You know, we've seen these teams go head to head in the championship numerous times, and you know, it's Forest Hills does tend to dominate. We did see one year California was up 2-0, and it was actually Forest Hills that had the reverse sweep. But I mean, these are 2 schools that I absolutely love. These are 2 of the schools that I've got to visit as well and meet the students, meet the coaches. So just 2 really, really wonderful schools. I absolutely love them both. So it's so hard, you know, to pick one here.
It's a tough choice to pick favorites. I just know we want a good matchup. We want as many games as we can of this one. You're talking about Ixwavo before this match saying 2 top 100 players on both sides of the pitch. It's gonna be an absolute banger. Forest Hills, California. This could be for the number 1 seed heading into playoffs at the end of the season.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be an exciting series. Nonetheless, here we go. Game number 1 underway. Pigby into the corner, looking to make something happen here early. Ixwavo up over the top, though. We'll continue that pressure down to the Forest Hills side, off the sidewall. The steal away as well, and continues to find the bump onto Pigby. And they are looking very aggressive here early.
A good aggression between these 2 teams. That's what it's going to be about. Ixwavo, wide open net, but it goes a little bit too far to the right. And man, Forest Hills, a mistake they don't usually make, but Ixwavo already putting on the pressure, and open net once again. But Shady just barely missing that one. A couple really good early opportunities from this California area squad.
Yeah, unfortunately, if you're playing a team like Forest Hills, you have to make sure you capitalize on those opportunities. Ixwavo able to get over 2 defenders, but it's Pigby up top doing Pigby things.
This is why you have to score first against this squad. You have to capitalize. It's not only the first touch, but Pigby works his way back to get a second one. The redirection of the car and the first goal going over to Forest Hills. And now that they've got a lead, they can put that gas pedal into the ground.
Yeah, here we see Pup into the corner, looking to make a play of their own as well. Circling around is Ixwavo. Doesn't quite win the 50 here. Pigby looking for a touch off the sidewall, looking to correct the car here as well. Does get a little away from now. Pup into the corner, carrying around the horn, looking for that second touch into the mid area as Ixwavo finds a save, but not out of danger just yet. Pigby up top, looking for the angle. It won't quite drop just yet.
Starting to see Pigby heat up, and that is a dangerous thing. Give Pigby any sort of space up in that air. And all of a sudden, it just seems to find a way into your own net. It is going to be a demolition onto Ixwavo, dancing around that goal line. No, over Jordan, unable to hit that right post, and unable to find the equalizer, but it'll fall in anyway. Ixwavo ties us up.
Let's go. The man with the hair, baby. He don't care. Ixwavo with a steal off the sidewall and a banger of an angle to find the equalizer. 3:23. This series is only heating up.
We're just starting with a couple of goals on either side of the board. Not sure what's going on here. Possibly some players sitting still for California. Either way, yeah. I guess maybe a disconnect or something, possibly looking for a restart.
Yeah, unfortunately, all three players there not moving. So you got to believe maybe that it could be an internet issue with the school itself. As we see all three players will exit the game here. And that's unfortunate because, I mean, this series was already looking insanely good, tied up 1-1 here. But unfortunately, those things do happen sometimes.
They do, and honestly, I love the respect. Immediately for stills, their idea isn't to score a goal. You see the immediate pause from the players, and you say, okay, it's just time for restart. We're not looking for an easy game. We know this is one of the other best opponents. The mutual respect between these two teams is just unmatched.
Yeah, and already calling for a restart as well, not looking to, just run down this first game here. So love to see the great sportsmanship as well. We're going to head back to that lobby, get this game reset up for you guys. We do apologize. Unfortunately, as we had mentioned, those technical difficulties do happen from time to time. Nonetheless, we will get that ironed out for you, get California area and Forest Hills into a new lobby. But at least you get a little taste of all the excitement that is ahead of us here.
Get just a little taste. I mean, man, they both already started with a goal is the nice thing. So it's not really like an advantage really given over to either side. Both offenses start to find their groove. At the same time, this is still so much stakes on the line. Such a big matchup that both these two teams are coming into this matchup undefeated. They haven't lost, and this is how Hot Sauce it seems like it always is. Their paths always seem to cross.
Yeah, I think in one of the seasons we didn't really get to see him until that championship, but certainly meeting here in that regular season, basically giving us a little free championship match throughout the regular season. But regardless of the outcome again here today, I would not be surprised if we see these two teams in that championship going head to head yet again.
Not be either. I mean, there are a ton of really, really good teams that are battling back and forth to try and battle for that championship here in this season. But these two teams specifically, I mean, they have brought it to each other. They have been able to keep up with each other. And like Xavo said, they also have some of the best players in the world. I mean, I remember, a couple lands ago where literally Pigby was like, okay, sorry, I got to go. I just won the championship, but I got to go try it with a pro team. So I'll be right back.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's just a ton of talent here between both teams, and honestly, it's been fun to watch this story develop over the last few seasons as well. And those LAN experiences, if you haven't had a chance to go, I strongly recommend it. They're really, really phenomenal. The student section cheering for the teams as well, and the parents showing up and supporting their kids and other students. It's a lot of fun, and the excitement when you're in person like that is just truly, truly unmatched. So whether your team makes it to that finals or not, I strongly recommend showing up to that LAN event because it is a ton of fun. And you never know, you might get to meet some awesome people like Llama and I.
That's true. You might be able to get a signature too if you ask very, very nicely. Either way, I do gotta say, while we have some time, you guys at home, make sure not only you're following here on the TEC stream, make sure the notifications are turned on. Don't just hit the follow button. I'm watching you at home, not you, but you over there. Yeah, turn on those notifications. Make sure you're ready to go every single time TEC goes live. Of course, we have action Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, every single week, and we still have Overwatch and Middle School Rocket League into this next week. We've also got lots of content pieces going on. I mean, you saw your boy Q and his nice bald head before the stream. You can see him all around on all the socials making highlights.
Oh, these guys and their jokes. Gotta love it. We love Q over here, though. Another phenomenal talent, very talented caster here at TEC. But yeah, we've got a lot of great action throughout the week, whether it's Rocket League, Valorant, Overwatch. Unfortunately, Llama, I do believe next week will be that Easter spring break, so to speak. So I don't think we're gonna have that full schedule next week, just to keep everybody informed.
Yeah, probably no streams next week, but that's just it lets the action simmer a little bit. We get a kind of break here at the middle of the season. We get to prepare ourselves for the postseason. And you talk about those playoffs, you talk about the championship. The postseason is going to be really fun. I think there's a lot of new teams and a lot of the old guard that are going to be battling each other. And I think the playoffs could be one of the best ones we've had yet.
Yeah, you gotta give these teams a little time to marinate, and come back even stronger. But yeah, I mean, so many great new schools have been added in the last couple seasons. So many more to come as well, and it's just so much fun to see all the different talent from these young students out here and getting these opportunities as well. And again, it makes it that much more fun when you kind of get to meet him in person at the LAN of it and put a face to the gamer tag, so to speak. But yeah, I mean, you just love to see the growth here at TEC and all these opportunities for the students.
Lots of opportunities, not only here, but again at the next level. You talk about players like Pigby. Any collegiate roster that is looking to add a player is going to be very, very happy for whoever ends up getting him. You have to assume Ixwavo and the rest of the teams as well. There's so many of those opportunities. But for these two teams specifically, we've always talked about the history between these two teams, Hot Sauce, that they're always crossing paths. It always seems like maybe Forest Hills is just barely getting the better of them. But it all comes down to not only the consistency here in the regular season, but also in playoffs, because it might seem like a small detail being the #1 seed versus being the #2 seed, but every single time we see California have just a little bit harder path through the playoffs because they lose that game in the regular season.
Yeah, but maybe that tough path helps build that tough exterior shell for them. And as you mentioned, a lot of different opportunities for these students, even in that college team. But I feel like even if Ixwala doesn't make it, he can fall back, maybe be a model. My man with the hair, he's always got the style on point.
Oh man, these players and their style, and not only in person, but out with the names, out with the cars. We'll provide you guys with a little bit of an update. It looks like actually California area, one of their power or internet pylons around them did get taken down. It looks like I think everything's okay. All the players are okay, but the internet shorted out there for a second. And like we said, credit towards the Forest Hill squad. They were absolutely calm and absolutely very respectful and said, okay, let's just get a restart, back to square one and back to game one between these two teams.
Yeah, again, I mean, these are just two schools that we've come to love so much over time. And Grove, the coach for Forest Hills as well, another phenomenal individual doing great things for the students at Forest Hills. So love to see the great sportsmanship between the two teams as well. And just look forward to getting this one back underway. Of course, a best of 5. Both of these teams 4-0 thus far throughout the regular season. One of these teams, unfortunately, is going to have to suffer a loss today. And again, some more friendly chatter in the chat. You love to see it between the both teams.
Love to see the chat. Love to see both teams ready to go. And we are ready to go. Resuming game number 1 here. Again, because it was tied up 1-1, we're going to start off with the full timer back on the clock. Both these two teams with an opportunity to maybe close things up and out early. We talked about at Hot Sauce last time, both these two teams were able to score 1 goal very quickly. I'm excited to see who can score first and get that momentum back.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so much talent out here between both of these teams. The Shady will fire a shot toward the goal. Pigby finds the save. Now looking for some room off the sidewall here. Jordan up into the air. Will find the touch. Now in front of the net. Ixwavo coming up with a quickened pace. Unfortunately, will be met by Pup. The 50 goes to the wayside. A nice pass to the midfield. Ixwavo finds a touch. Now flirting around here. Maybe a little fakey as both of these teams kind of feeling each other out here.
Teams trying to find their groove. Again, taking a little bit of a break, taking a step away, maybe going into those free play packs, whatever they needed to keep warm. There's already a minute off the clock and nobody able to find that goal just yet. Both these two teams, I think they have some big win conditions. Obviously for Forest Hills, Pigby is his own win condition. You get any space towards that guy and it's absolutely open horizons, open nets. On the other side, California, we have seen their teamwork so many times create awesome opportunities.
Absolutely, and here is one of the stars, Ixwavo, up into the air off the sidewall, fires a shot, will be stopped by the defender here as they look for a second opportunity, and it looked like they were coming for that demo on Ixwavo, but he's able to skirt to the side and avoid that. 3 tucked to the corner here for Forest Hills, a bit of a coagulation. Ixwavo up into the air, looking for a potential double tap here, but will be stopped early, and much like Pigby, same with Ixwavo, you can't allow them to have too much space in that air, so you got to make sure you go up and find that challenge early.
Get those challenges, got to get those 50-50s, and got to put the pressure on. Ixwavo puts the backflip in to try and see if that bounce was going their way. It is going to be the clear on through. Chunga 69 setting up Pigby, who's going to go for the double touch of their own. Nice clear from California. They've got some boost down the field. The bump is not going to come in, and Pup sets up the teammate for defensive success. Lots of good back and forth, and both these two teams being challenged, but Shady, multiple opportunities, multiple saves from the Pig Beast himself.
Yeah, Ixwavo almost finding the double tap, Pigby going over the top, though. Nearly finds the net. Ixwabo will come up with a save, looking for a potential double tap here as well, but the defense finds a stop, tucked into the corner. All the members from both teams here are fighting for this one. The ball around midfield. Pup looking for a little bit of action to pass to the teammate. The flick not quite there. Jordan with a touch of their own. Now the ball waterfalling in front of the net, but Forest Hills will find the clear once more.
A really good clear, and actually a dangerous clear at that. It bounces towards the right side of that backboard of California area. Now the recollection from Pigby, doing things up in the air, flying the pilot of the car, but this time the double touch does not connect. 2 minutes left to go here, and no goals have been scored. You can tell both of these two teams absolutely locked into each other, and with only that time left to go, it could only be a few goals to decide this one.
Yeah, we saw 2 quick goals from both teams in that first start, or that first session rather, and now it's been both teams playing lights out on defense, stopping these opportunities from each other. Chungus, though, with a banger of your shot from downtown, and Chungus able to sneak it in.
Absolutely crazy, just able pieces there from the shot towards the right side, and it's an early goal. It's an early later mistake, you feel like, but it doesn't matter. It was Forest Hills, the ones that were ready to strike. They were playing with a consistent offense, and with 9 shots, finally one hits the board, but it's California area right off the kickoff, Hot Sauce, that they're back in their offensive zone.
Yeah, wasting no time to continuously apply this pressure. Ixwabo on the side here. We'll get a chip up. Not much boost left in the tank. Shady will go up. A bit of a double commit there from Shady and Jordan. Unfortunately, Ixwabo alone in the backfield. Has to make something happen. Finds one stop, but the fake is there, and they'll walk it on in.
Patience play, patience for Forest Hills, and another goal here for Chungus 69. The whole team pushing them on in. Pigby given a little bit of backup. 2 back-to-back goals now for Forest Hills. They take the early lead here in this game and possibly in this series. California, they've had some really good offense, but they are going to have to score in quick succession if they want to bring back this game.
Yeah, you know, and there it is. Quick succession. You ask for it and you get it. Ixwabo will deliver. 58 seconds left. They find the goal they need and give themselves plenty of time to work with.
And I love the teamwork, just the prediction all the way through and through. We said they need to increase the pace, and right off the kickoff, taking our advice, getting that done. Now only 60 seconds left to go, though. They are only down 1, but it is still a 1 to score against this crazy good Forest Hills offense for Pigby, and the rest of the company here on Forest Hills pushing their way on forward. Cavalry up in the corner, pushing their way up towards that paint area for Jordan. Able to push that one away, luckily, but these clears down the field. Ixwabo might have an opportunity. Water falling off the backboard.
Yeah, looking for that opportunity. Has to backpedal just a little bit. You know, I'm thinking back here, Llama, and I don't think that we've seen Forest Hills lose a series in the last 3 seasons. Now, I could be wrong, but I think that's true. And I mean, that feat right there alone on top of the championships is quite a feat.
I mean, it's consistency. This squad not only piloted by some amazing players, but the coaches and all the support staff behind them. Grove, one of the best coaches in all of TEC. It is going to be rolling down to 0, though, and Forest Hills, you talk about that consistency, it is going to lock them in here for game number 1. The back and forth, a banger going Forest Hills' way to start.
Yeah, I mean, a very close first match, but 2-1, you know, only separated by 1 goal, and the shot column fairly even as well. It was Chungus who got those 2 goals, 3 big saves from Pigby as well, but just the start of this exciting series.
Just the start, here to continue and here for an opportunity after the reset to go into game number 2. And of course, we've been talking about it all day long. Best of 5s, that's what we play here at TEC. Both these teams are very, very familiar, and California very familiar with this spot. They cannot give over this second game. They need to win it here, equalize out the series, and not put themselves in that reverse sweep scenario.
Yeah, you know, and it's maybe a little off topic, but I got to say, I'm loving Shady's drip from the rims to the skin to the car. Looking absolutely stylish out here. Nonetheless, Ixwabo finding the save. Pup ready not to be done, though. Pigby finds the demo onto Jordan as well, hoping to open up that backfield a little bit. Pigby up off the sidewall. Great job by California attacking, not allowing Pigby to have too much room to work with in that aerial space.
That's the hope. just keep up that aerial offense. A nice little actually soft touch from California, trying to change up a little bit of the pace, trying to look for extra opportunities on the waterfall. However, it is Pigby going for the ground play. It's actually a shot recorded. Didn't think that one was going to get close enough. These back passes as well to provide some extra support, add in towards that rotational mathematics to make sure they have players back to defend. It's working out beautifully to shut down some of that offense.
Working beautifully to shut them down for the time being. Chungus looking for a breakaway play. Jordan finds a touch off the side, while Exalvo with a nice finesse as well, heading the other direction, but still able to finesse it back toward that Forest Hills goal, looking to keep this drive alive once more. Now back in the other direction. We see a lot of these booming plays, I think, more specifically because they have the ability to get up into the air and go after them as well.
True. A lot of that physicality going for each other. Chungus 69. You talk about a player that scored 2 goals in that previous game for Forest Hills, a player that you can tell works off the confidence and passing plays of Pigby. And there you're seeing it once again, just looking for something towards the midfield, passing it back towards their teammate, controlling the flow of this game as they go aerial. Pigby with the fake. The axles are broken and the goal is scored.
Yeah, you know, and I would love to have like a sit-in session and hear the team comms throughout this game, because the communication, the way they break down these plays, the back passes, and just the different things that they do as a team. I mean, you have to believe it comes off the back of some great communication.
It does, and that's what it's all about. It's outside of the game stuff, too, that really is why both these teams are so good. And at the same time that the communication is good, I bet both these two teams are just out there having fun. Another day in the office for both them here. For Vert Jordan, pops it down the field. Only actually Pigby to beat, who does pick up some boost, handles it very well, and now gets back to the air with space to play with, possibly looking for a teammate pass. Pup is going to continue off this play off the right side of the car. Exalvo, really good step up 50-50 there to get it back to midfield.
Yeah, you got to find a way to step up, especially when you're playing this Forest Hills team. Exalvo certainly doing that thus far. Now a banger of a shot, has the distance. The double tap could be there. Shady waiting down below and finds it. The equalizer coming in from Shady.
Oh, the Exalvo man himself. What a passing play. The fake as well. Sacrifices the car, goes aerial, but it's all for Shady. Shady sets themselves up with a beautiful touch off the teamwork and communication. And like you mentioned, all back to even here after half the game.
Yeah, I love to see him fighting back in this one. Always love a good series, especially between these two staples of TEC. And now California battling down the field. A nice pass off the backboard. Shady looking for Exalvo, who couldn't quite get there. Now another touch. Jordan has an opportunity. Can't quite get the power they need in this one. Go to the side just barely. Exalvo on the back pedal. We'll have some help here from Shady, who is continuously pushing this pressure on the Forest Hills territory.
Lots of pressure on the Forest Hills defensive line in that previous set of plays. It's going to be a demolition from Exalvo starting their entrance in towards this next zone. However, this drop-down waterfall play, the passing plays, and all this offense from Forest Hills trying to continue, but Exalvo trying to just weave their way between defenders, getting back, picking up boosts, and now looking aerial to pass to the teammates.
Yeah, Exalvo just has the ability to be anywhere on the field at any given moment, but now it's Jordan on the back pedal, one defender back there to beat. Pigby potentially looking for that demo on Exalvo as he follows him in, but unfortunately unable to get it. Now Exalvo, a pass to Jordan. They could find a give and go here in front of the net. The ball floating high and dry in a dangerous position, but Chungus will go up and knock it to the wayside. Another good opportunity that does get thwarted away.
Couple of really good saves from Forest Hills here in this game, and it's possibly going to come down to these final 60 seconds. Pigby with that fantastic early play to just break out the defender's axles, and then you saw the follow-up from California with the offense and teamwork that we know and love. 45 seconds left. We'll see if either one of those win conditions can get back online. You're talking about maybe just one goal, but man, oh man, hot sauce, but I love me some overtime here in game number 2.
Absolutely, especially from these two incredibly talented teams here as they fight in front of the net of California. Iguavo looking for the clear, has Shady in the midfield. Jordan goes up, finds the touch into the corner, has one more opportunity in front of the net, but Iguavo, Shady go flying by, and unfortunately they can't quite capitalize on that opportunity. They have to be careful. Chungus on the counter attack. Jordan looks to settle this one down into the corner. Shady a booming clear as well. And again, maybe just looking to buy some time off the clock, potentially playing for that overtime. Iguavo has an opportunity, and he does it! Iguavo, 3 seconds left.
All the way down the field, waterfall to himself. Iguavo, what a play all the way through and through, and to take the lead with the 3 seconds left in the clock. Forest Hills, they've got to score now. They're just backing away from it. The demolitions will come on through, and Shady should be able to kill this one out and away. It'll still hover for a little bit of time. 0's on the clock, but California area have tied up this series.
California knows how to party. Let's go, bringing it back 2-1. Similar scoreline of that first game as well, but Iguavo, the play to end the game with 3 seconds left. The waterfall pass to himself. What a picture. Perfect into game number 2 to tie the series up.
Ties us up 1-1. Gotta say, from both these two teams, it's been very just reserved, very consistent, playing their game. There was only 6 shots in total across the entirety of the pitch there in that game number 2. But that just goes to show you, I mean, how close these games are going to be, decided by one again. We're back to square one here in the series, technically in a best of 3. This next game, Hot Sauce, one of the 2 is going to get themselves on series points.
Absolutely, an incredibly important game for both teams here. As we see Pigby up into the sky here early. Jordan trying to read this play, and a near own goal. It'll bounce off 2 California members before finding the net here. Unfortunately, Jordan trying to get the stop, just doesn't quite get the angle needed here.
Yeah, it does look like it did eventually bounce off one of their own players right at the end, but for Pigby, I mean, we just see that play so often, that when there's chaos in front of the net, especially early in the game, if you're able to throw it in with power, you can catch one of those players going in at an awkward angle. That's exactly what Pigby did, and now with the early lead, feeling good. You talk about last game only being decided by that 1-goal advantage right towards the end. For California area, don't want to be in a deficit for too long here, and I wouldn't want to wait till the final 3 seconds as well to find a goal. I would love if they could score quickly here.
Yeah, you know, me too. Them pulling with my heartstrings like that, I don't know, I'm getting too old for that. So let's get some of these goals early here. But 1-0 right now. Forest Hills with that lead, looking for a second one here as well, looking for a little cushion to work with. And now a wide open net. Chungus has all the room to work with, and I'm not sure where the defense fell apart here, but nobody in front of that net, unfortunately.
And it was just Chungus's extra work. You see the first touch actually pulls a double commit from the defenders in towards the sky, and then it's just off the corner, secondary touch. Nice and clean. The second here for Forest Hills, and you talk about Chungus. I mean, we've talked about Pigby and their ability to score through the sky, but it's been the supporting characters around him, and why not give one to your other teammate as well?
Yeah, a couple quick goals here for Forest Hills. I think if you're California area, just, you know, you take a deep breath. Hey, that happens from time to time, guys. We have 4 minutes. There's so much time. Let's go ahead and buckle down and start working back into this 1 goal at a time.
1 goal at a time, and it's going to have to be another here. Chungus 69 laying in the 4th. This time it is Pup who starts off the kickoff, sends it actually high. This pinch, it looked like a planned play from Forest Hills, and they were sending that player straight on. So that ability to read these kickoffs, get themselves in good positions, it has been here from Forest Hills. And these 4 goals flying in quickly, only taking about a minute of time. Forest Hills has already got a goal for everybody, already 5 shots on the board. California area, we ask, what is the response?
Yeah, they need to find something here soon as the clock begins to dwindle away. They need to find these attempts while they still have time to do so. Chungus looking for a little fake through the sky. Shady goes up, finds a touch. The drive toward the Forest Hills net now happening as Iguavo finds a big demo here onto Pigby as well. Unfortunately, doesn't alleviate all of that pressure. They find the clear, and it's back in the other direction.
Like what Exwavo did there. Lots of physicality. You get the demo, you get the bump, you throw them off of those rotations. Make sure they can't find a goal. Nice little short pop, and actually both of the California area players go for it. Luckily, no player from Forest Hills had a shot down the field. That open net was looming large, and you're starting to see that California area, they don't really care if they get scored anymore. They want to send their entirety of the offense forward. They want to get something back for themselves.
Yeah, you know, it's a smart decision. It can lead to more goals, unfortunately, for Forest Hills. But, I mean, I think they feel that pressure of being down by 4. They know they need to get these goals, and we'll see if Shady can maybe open up that net a little bit with that demo there. The pass into the corner off Jordan. Exwavo will take it away here. Now the ball floating down in dangerous territory. Pigby, though, able to take this one away. Now into the sidewall as they fight for the ball once more. Pigby comes out on top. Exwavo with the stop, tucked into the corner. And both of these teams duking it out here on the California area territory.
A bit of a slowdown, though, from the back and forth, from the early sort of dominance we saw from the Forest Hills side. Yeah, it's been just a lot of control from California area. No goals just yet. This one might be dangerous. Jordan is going to go for the mistouch. Pigby able to get that full clear away. Forest Hills dealing with a lot of these demos and just kind of sending it down the field as soon as they get a clear, like we said, for California area, because they're pushing all of those rotations up towards the midfield line. They have to get back to try and save it. It resets their offense, and now another opportunity, and Exwavo saves away.
Yeah, unfortunately, the ball still in front of the net. Time ticking away here, and this game just got a little out of hand early. I think California struggled to reset. Once they finally did, they were able to find these defensive stops, but a 4-0 lead is a big one. A banger of a shot from Exwavo. It does get saved by Pigby twice off the shot from Shady here as well. And again, the momentum shifting back in the other direction.
Crazy opportunity, crazy stop, and lots of shift of that momentum. Like you mentioned, Forest Hills just able to really know when to hit the defensive stoppage and know when to get those clears. This is the experience we've talked about from this team, and that ability to respond from a defeat, from a really close game number 2. They've been able to step up into this game number 3 and possibly, absolutely blow things open.
Yeah, I'd love to see California at least grab a goal or 2 as a consolation. And Exwavo, my boy, if you're listening, we appreciate you.
That was huge. I mean, just going up to the air saying, you drop that for me. I'll take that nice and easy goal if you do. 60 seconds left to go, and I gotta say, Hot Sauce, rule of 10 seconds still applies. We've seen California area do crazier.
Yeah, absolutely. But, you know, again, as a minimum, just finding that goal there and now potentially look for another one, kind of build that momentum back heading into the next game. But certainly is feasible, but time, again, continuing to tick away. Forest Hills eating up a lot of that clock as well. Forest or Exwavo over the top, the carry, the double tap, no cap. My man is absolutely popping off.
Okay, this is just crazy. 1v3 off the backboard, uses the shell of the roof to get a powerful touch, and that angle is just absolutely clinical. It is the lead cut down to just 2. The patience play as well, and California area pulling all of their tricks out here late. Another great shot, Shady, and Forest Hills only up by 1.
Let's go. The unthinkable happening in just a minute. 3 of these goals threaded in. A beautiful one from Shady there. And now, with 33 seconds left on the clock, only down by 1, the momentum is shifting big here for California area.
The momentum, they got the shot. Exwavo, it's a little bit wide towards the right, but they only need 1 more. Forest Hills, they're saying all we got to do is hold on. We thought we had this game under wraps, but the mummy has awoken. The ancient beast of Exwavo is here and contesting up for the 50-50. Exwavo, baby!
Let's go! I'm at the edge of my seat. Ladies and gentlemen, we knew this was going to be a banger of a series. They've been all day. Exwavo with 12 seconds left ties it up. We could very well have an overtime, but with the way California area is playing right now, they very well could steal this game away.
Oh, I would love if they could score 1 more here. The absolute unthinkable, like you said. The number 1, the number 2 seed, undefeated coming into this game and showing you why. Overtime we go, and for a game that we thought for the first 4 minutes of it Forest Hills had under wraps, but Pigby has space. Pigby has time. Double touch towards the teammate. Denied quickly, and I love that aerial space denier. California area, I'd love if they could close that out quick.
Absolutely driving in. Now it is! Ixwavo yet again! Oh my! And now California area up in the series. You absolutely love to see it. They are the underdogs here. Not by much, but certainly the underdogs here. And now to come back after being down by 4 to win it in 15 seconds of overtime, Llama. Absolutely nutty.
I mean, I have absolutely no words. One of the best games we have watched through this entirety of the season here. And it's also Ixwavo. 4 goals. Are you kidding me? Not only the hat trick, but the extra one as well.
Oh my Lanta. Absolutely insane. Game breaking even. It looks like, you know, the observer here may be getting disconnected after that one. So just give us a few minutes to get back in there. But I've got tears in my eyes almost. I can feel the emotions here running just thick. And what an insane performance by California area here. I just unreal that they brought that back.
That's crazy. I can't believe it. I mean, I thought for sure, like, okay, you got yourself 1 or 2 goals. There's no way Forest Hills lets in all those. And it was a little bit of panic you saw there too, Hot Sauce, that a couple of those goals were easier saves. That Ixwavo was just popping shot after shot after shot, and the aerial control was just superior at the end of the day. I got to say, though, series not over. I mean, they are still up 1, California area. It's going to give them a good position, but they still got to win 1 more against this Forest Hills squad.
Yeah, you know, and we've seen him be up 2-0 in the past. We've seen Pigby and Forest Hills reverse sweep California. So certainly not out of the deep water just yet, but it's got to feel good to be in that driver's seat. You know, more often than not, teams find themselves down against Forest Hills. So to come back, especially after being down 4-0, and then to win that within those first 15 seconds of overtime is just absolutely insane, and I love every second of it, Llama.
Oh, I love it too. We are going to be going into game number 4 with California area on the brink. They can feel it. It is right there in front of them. 1 more game is all they need to close it out. However, they cannot get complacent. We saw what happened in the first 4 minutes of that game. It was absolute control by Forest Hills. Just shot after shot, perfect placement, aerial control and passing plays. Forest Hills still has that extra little bit of momentum from being the defending champions, but the champions might be cut down here.
Yeah, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a crazy Pigby here in game number 4. Cannot be happy with how that one ended, especially after having such a big lead. But that's why they tell you never say never. California area, the perfect reason for that. What a deficit to overcome. And my boy Ixwavo making it happen. You love to see it in the final moments as well. Just a beautiful series thus far, but not over yet. As Llama mentioned, we'll see if California can close this one out.
And what a way, I would say, to end off this day would be to give us a game 5. I think they owe it to us, Hot Sauce. This series, I mean, it has been one for the record books. We'll have to see if Forest Hills can bring it on back. And like you said, we'll have to see what both teams bring it on to it. No more 5 or 4 goals for either team. Reset them to 0. 5 more minutes on the clock.
And Llama will take over for me for a moment. I got to get my stream back up here, brother.
Either way, get Hot Sauce back in here. It looks like Ixwavo is just breaking everything, not only in-game, at a game, but also winning over the Hearts. We'll see what they can do to start out this game for Pigby, though. It's offense. It's a try at the flip reset, and Pigby, we talked about the supporting characters all around them. Pigby not only was able to find a lot of goals in that last game, but the setups. Always with that danger of Pigby in the air. If you can force defenders to make an extra move, to move on up to the sky, and then you get that passing play, then all of a sudden you create those goals of your own. It's going to be VRT Jordan with that demolition into the offensive side of the field. The continual offense here from California, the continual play in that offensive side and keeping this game close to the chest. Finally, they'll get another shot on board.
All right, another shot on board, all tied up here, still 0-0 after that first minute has ticked away. There's Pig B. A nice little showing, will be selfless though, find the pass as well. A wide open net in the backfield, and Ixwobo does it. Able to go up by 1 here in game number 4. Can they continue this pressure?
The shot is just crisp. There's only one defender to beat the Forest Hills offense, stepping a little bit too far forward. And it's in the hands right now, California area. They have got it right in front of them. They can see the series. They can see the overall undisputed #1 seed. And they can see erasing history and that improvement that we have seen from this squad season over season. They've still got to hold for 3.5 more minutes as Forest Hills gets back on offense.
Yeah, and they are looking hungry there. Pig B up in the face of the competition, trying to do Pig B things. Pup, that third man role, trying to keep the ball down here in the California area territory. But Jordan finding that booming clear, looking for the boost on their side, potentially looking to starve out Forest Hills from their boost management as well. The pass in front of the net, a near shot, but the defense will knock it to the wayside. California area looking very good at the moment.
They're keeping up the pressure is the most important thing. That is making them look so good. Every single touch, it seems like going their way, holding down in this green side of the field. For Forest Hills, they've actually outshot their opponents. They've had more opportunities. The California area with more control and more time. I mean, you talk about the last game that is so many goals scored. This one, Atsas, only has the single one at halfway through.
Yeah, nearly getting another one there. Some big demos coming in, though. A wide open net. Ixwobo tries to get back in time, but it's Chungus with the equalizer.
All back to tied off of this midfield shot. Positions themselves so perfectly so that the defender can't get a clear on through. And a ring around the Rosies right on in. The game left to play, and who other than Chungus 69? I feel like we talked about them so much in game number 1, but their step-up ability, their way to just walk these games back and keep it even has put Forest Hills right back in this game.
Yeah, I feel like normally we're talking about Pig B from Forest Hills, but I feel like in this series, Chungus has been that difference maker here for Forest Hills. Right now, all tied up, 2:12 on the clock. Ixwobo down here looking for a shot and a wide open net. Ixwobo does it yet again to give them the lead. The juggernaut is back, baby.
I mean, these angles, just the patience from Ixwobo has boost in the tank to go forward and contest that player in the corner, but knows, just waits that half second. It bounces right towards their way, hits one of the hardest shots to hit in the entire game in the close angle corner shot, and puts California area back on top.
Back on top for time being, 2 minutes, so much time, especially with Pig B on the other side, the whole crew there. Ixwobo looking for the touch, can't find the one they need, has a little help here from Shady off the sidewall. Now Ixwobo fires a banger of a shot. It has to be saved by Pig B. A second chance opportunity from Jordan. Ixwobo does go blowing by that third one there, a little too much speed, but they are getting shot after shot down here on this Forest Hills side, and this is not something that we see Forest Hills having to deal with too much.
It really isn't. They're in this backwards position. Pop, though, almost gets a bar down there off of that crossbar. Either way, it's just save after save for this California area squad, putting it downfield. Ixwobo has recorded 6 shots here in this game. That is more than the entirety of the Forest Hills squad combined. Pigby, though, has got a really nice shot of their own, trying to go for the solo plays. The secondary one from Chungus 69 doesn't connect. Maybe Pup, maybe they can do it. Aerial drop down denied by VRT Jordan.
Oh my, the back and forth here. Again, I'm at the edge of my seat. I'm sweating here as well. These kids absolutely nasty in game number 4, trying to hold on, trying to keep the Juggernauts at bay, but it's Pigby with the equalizer in just 40 seconds left on the clock.
And it's who other than Chungus 69 to set him up, getting up there with the confidence, setting up the play all the way through and through. And Pigby finishes the job. All back to tied up, 2-2. The Juggernauts facing off once again here with only half of a minute left to play and an opportunity for maybe California. They had the lead, but they're still in a position where they could close out this series.
If there's one team that's good at scoring with just a few seconds left, it's this California area team. They've done it time and time again in regular play and in overtime. Iguavo off the backboard looking for a little help. The defense will find the stop once more. Jordan has a chance, but it's going to go over the head. Unfortunately, could be dangerous. Shady able to wrestle this one down, a touch into the backboard, a double commit here from Forest Hills as Iguavo looks to chip this one down, but it looks like the ball will fall here. We could be heading to an overtime.
I love some overtime. More Iguavo could end it right in.
Iguavo!
He did it! Let's go! That's the man. That's the dethroner. That's the guy you will see in your nightmares. Iguavo, the hat trick to end things out. California, they have erased history. They have won the matchup 3-1.
Nobody has been able to stop Forest Hills in the last 3 seasons. I have to tell you, there's tears in my eyes. I have almost a proud dad moment here. I've grown to love both of these teams, but meeting Iguavo, his family, everyone, it's great to see them be able to come in and beat this unbeatable team. California area, for the first time in 3 seasons, takes the dub and will now be one of the only left undefeated teams at the top with that number 1 next to their name.
I mean, they are the kings of the hill. They have done it, and they have found their day to win. Even after facing adversity, facing disconnects, Iguavo and the rest of the team step up in the time of need. You talk about in game number 3, they were down 4-0 with 1 minute left to go, and they find a way to bounce back. Absolutely insane versatility. The way to work through the adversary and the ability to win this series is something crazy that will go down in history.
Yeah, I'm not lying when I say I literally have tears in my eyes. That was emotional even for me watching. Just truly, truly amazing. And it's crazy. I mean, we think back to the start of the day. We saw the games that we had before we got on air. We knew they were going to be exciting, but every series was truly phenomenal. From Albert Gallatin and Gateway duking it out in game number 1, from Carmichael's area and Franklin Regional in series number 2. And now the staples of TEC, they've gone head to head so many times in the championship as well. Now California area setting the GOATs of Rocket League. You could not ask for a more phenomenal day. Hats off to everybody involved today. What a phenomenal, phenomenal time.
I mean, it was so many good series. And the nice thing is this is only the regular season, right? This is a possible replay of the championships later. But like we said, this will be an opportunity for California to maybe face an easier path where Forest Hills, we talked about there are so many feisty teams this year that are going to be looking to knock you specifically off of that championship podium. So you got to be careful going into your postseason. But there are a few more weeks at least for Forest Hills. This is a really good match to have on tape. I know you have so much tape of this matchup in general, but to have this one for this season, say these were the few errors we need to fix, you can go into that grand final maybe more prepared.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, this is phenomenal for California area, but I mean, Forest Hills is a lights out team. They're champions, 2-3 seasons in a row for a reason. So it's great to know that they're human, that they can lose. And we see that here from California. But again, not out of the water. I mean, Forest Hills is always going to be one of the best, if not the best teams here in the league. So it's going to make that postseason that much more fun, Llama. My day is made. I couldn't ask for a better day. I am so happy.
I would have maybe liked a game 5, but man, California, what a way to end it. So many good series, so many amazing players, and obviously couldn't have today without those amazing players. Give them a shout out, and of course the action not done for TEC on the weekend. We got so many more amazing players you talked about earlier. Even some of these players you might see them play in different games as well. We've got Overwatch tomorrow. We've got Middle School Rocket League on Thursday, and then as Hot Sauce was saying a little bit earlier, as a reminder, next week no games were taken. A little bit of a break for spring break for the players and that Easter weekend.
Absolutely, man. It has been such a fun day here with Llama in the booth, and we certainly want to take a moment to thank everybody behind the scenes at TEC, the schools, the coaches, Man for always producing a phenomenal show as well. And of course, you at home, the parents, the students, the teachers, we love your support. We appreciate you and all that you do for these students here. But Again, with that being said, guys, that's going to be all for us today. We certainly appreciate each and every one of you. We look to see you back here tomorrow at 2:45 Eastern for some Overwatch. Take care, everyone, and have a wonderful, wonderful evening.